Hey guys, back to another day at the channel. It's been a while since the last time I posted, and this video is for Genshin. So, we're right now in Fontaine. Of course, we have our beloved Hydro Archon playing Furina, or for her Archon name, Focalors. We also have Charlotte, a new 4-star in the game. Then we got Baishu, he's not new, but he's there. Then we got Baishu's Catalyst and Furina's Sword. Uh, And of course, I have Furina now. I am very happy. And the cool thing about this is that if you hold down her skill, you can change her outfit from black to white, and she can have one pair. And we also got this event that's going on. I will do that in a bit. Then you got the test runs. Of course, I don't know what Charlotte is. Looks like she's a Catalyst, though. And then we got the story quest I've already completed. I was going to do a video for it, but I was ready to weigh in. And then you got her story. Then you got Furina's story quest, which the video is about right now. You got this other area, and then you got Furina's boss. Of course, there's gonna be more characters for it. Oh. Then huh. They were gonna take this through. So, but right now we're doing Furina's quest. Or Furina's story quest. So, let me get her quest real quick. Little Oceanid. Okay. Where does she live? Let's follow. Okay. Well, I was gonna do another thing. I forgot what I was gonna do.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here. Not that there's anything wrong with this place, it's just,
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too. Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
How rude. Question, it's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are... Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad! Yeah, exactly! Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting...
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help!
Oh? Well, so tell me, what specifically... I see. I knew you couldn't. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
Yeah, just saying, the reason why you saw that she wasn't really an Archon anymore, if you go to another person's video and watch the story quest, you will understand what that meant.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to. No, if I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as. So I'm not going to perform. And
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help? Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
nope,
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me. Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help. True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it.
Well, is there anything else we can do?
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who... Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, yeah, I guess that's all.
Toodaloo!
Yeah, we're gonna go back to this one now. I'm just really
It's too
happy.
bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troop's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding.
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it.
I see. Well, you see, our leading lady...
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
The dude who killed Iron Steel. Not Iron Steel, what's her name? Fox's.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding.
Doing experiments on me.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really
Only joking. Calm down. So, guess despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find... So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is...
Yes, I'm completely confident. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a every one of us.
You're right. I'm sorry.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. No need... Hello, one and all.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home. What are you?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly. And all before I even. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable. I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then to make matters worse, but in any case...
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean...
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina. I was wondering, if this troop is so important to all of you, if the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor. Everyone seems so devoted to the troop.
We all want to believe that, but everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart.
Her name was O'Reilly, and
What?
that's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still...
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or people loved our performances.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, none of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. It's agonizing. But ultimately...
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings, who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to—
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After he— I know what you're thinking. I can, however, provide some artistic, but only if you feel this—
Oh, most—
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though.
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your something I've begun to realize since my departure from the law only— What about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them? An interesting answer. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director.
Ah, still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a complete—
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge... Alright, follow me.
I'm gonna turn hang up, guys. As much as you guys love the sound, I gotta turn it down a bit because I can barely hear my voice in this.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is
What
this
happened?
level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
Is that good enough for you
Okay?
guys?
Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
That
Is this
seems
level
fair.
okay? Can you
Yeah.
hear Paimon?
That seems fair, okay. I just want to make sure because I got some tips from some friends that they can't hear me when I'm doing my videos. I mean, yeah, you guys can hear the others that are always in my videos, but you can never hear me, so... I do hope everybody's had a great Halloween, though. I did take a part of a little video, but I did for the quests or the main quests. Um, I did take a video for the end part. I don't know if I'm gonna release that. Or some of you guys want that. I will. If you want.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing?
Hello all. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our You bet! That was the
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying the little.
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our... One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, the protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transformed. She longed to live just like any other human. But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life.
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson? Nothing. I suppose my presence will... So, allons-y. To Poisson!
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script.
Okay, then.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough.
I was wondering if we might run into...
So, you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm... sorry.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn? We all have painful memories. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you...
Thank you for your words of but for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way...
It's okay. These things take time, which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low.
That's so thoughtful of...
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate... Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with. So maybe she's... I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, it's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But...
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up
yeah. I'd be lying if I said Still, I felt it was something I had to do. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. But yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see.
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there. You probably just wanted a relaxing...
We don't mind.
Great. Well, I appreciate your I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the... Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally but on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
A reward? I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was. And believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be... That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at...
So that's where you were coming from.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try... I do. I once had nothing but the truth. At least the truth. All right.
Sure, okay.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's you.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's you. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di... Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard...
Me? I'm an Oceanid...
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he... outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines, too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of, if you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your...
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and Once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided. I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if she took me under.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on." One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah, for the first time in my life.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. Yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how this... I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little OC... She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid. Plants and flowers. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land.
Consciousness?
Water as a conscious entity.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and...
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would...
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love. One that
There's actually something else that... You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, what about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to this, we looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly...
The director was the kindest soul...
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen?
I've been trying to follow up on that ever...
Villemont? The one...
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because... Well, speaking of the...
What?
It's time to be upfront with you all. I did tell her. She said that we were all like... Not that it came as a... I said, maybe one day... Well, maybe... And now... So if I'm the one right...
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time.
Are you ready to face the...
Honestly, I'm funny you should ask, though.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone.
Okay, looks like this is where we're gonna start getting the end too.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
Was that house
I
always
could
there?
ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Oh wow.
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a deep... wait. Why are you all looking at...
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her...
Precisely! As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like...
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
Hey, lay off, all right? I'm sorry.
Aw, too bad. I was so
Sorry to leave...
Don't worry, piece of.
beg for mercy. Shut up. Crush.
Strike it up!
This is order.
Shut up. Crush. Wind strike.
Gather.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is
And they
cleared now.
follow?
So
Oh my
onwards
goodness,
and
we
upwards.
follow. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, they don't follow me anymore. Oh my god.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole...
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an end... I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's... If I open this can of worms now, I just don't...
Viamal, unless you mean to...
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamal. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame, but now, the Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless...
As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win. So, the drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay. I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed.
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! What do you mean? You were afraid? This was a life in... How could you be so...
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him! You need...
Stay calm? How can I stay... He has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for this...
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. End my life so I can meet the director.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How...
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And but in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much what she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers. I understand.
Yeah.
So think hard if you really hate each other, but you can't bring yourself... What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that if she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them.
Really? But she sounded like such...
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it's...
I'm truly sorry.
It's all right. Let's save all this for...
So, the ending.
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on the end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that Aurelie left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what...
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on Aurelie's truth.
No.
Well, we'll leave this...
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait.
Looks like we're gonna go see Nicholas. Just killing my characters. It's really laggy.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay.
So, this is all Aurelie left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person, and...
It's like we're seeing a lot.
It's full of script lines! And sketches too!
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here. Aha! I found something. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have...
Lachey took so many lives. It's still so...
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would... wait! It cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone else was taken. That makes 6, or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday, but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I have long since lost track of time. Sorry, I don't know if writing this is of any use, or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching, but it terrifies me even more is the thought of having see others from the troop here. Oops. Have I truly protected them? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I can no longer. I think I have a fever, and my old some troubles have returned, but nobody has given me medicine. I think I am more fortunate than Susan. The pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used before they die. It's so damp in here. It's so damp here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold. As long as as long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but I it is I who I am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, truth safe, I them important. Please farewell. Apologies. Life performance gradually go to me. Basically just have to do this with the right.
She was so terrified.
Sorry about my sorry about reading it. Sorry I paused so many times. It's just that my reading is kind of bad.
She may
Alright.
have been a mighty hero in the eyes. I can't bear to think how pain... wait.
Flipping through the notebook. Okay. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and moments. Is this truly not? Because I am another sister to them. I love them.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness.
Isn't that the most important line in the little OC?
Because I am an older...
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. I'm sure this is what the troop would... She had their utmost
Okay, hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close this. Does that make it better? Okay, that's sound. Looks like I'm going to put the solve the stream slivers in my bed. And it's not 20 stars, but oh, what? I don't know why I have this, but I do. Good. Oh, that's better actually. Okay, no. Don't die, Furina. You are going swimming yet. Also, I am going to be doing Worsley's. I'll show you who that is after this. But I am going to be doing his story quest too. This story quest is coming out today, actually. And his story quest is going to come out tomorrow. Yeah.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's
Even in the last moment.
She did her best. We know what choice our little... Well, Vilmont?
I will channel all. I won't ask for your.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus.
Really? How can you be so sure when you...
Don't underestimate my experience. If you want to move the audience with you and aren't human emotions, love, I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for...
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a preparing the curtain call. Please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally, besides, a role commemorating...
Well...
Now, alright. I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait.
No. That's never going to work. It's far too.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that... Oh,
No.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nerulette.
We find him. Yep. Gotta go here. Pretty sure you guys have already seen the lot. No, I don't have to release it, I think. But...
Hey,
there you
look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
Find it?
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, Traveler and
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the story of the Little Oceanid is most fascinating, I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after...
Huh? What?
Yes. And this...
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little in the past. Maybe it's because
I am truly delighted now that you've regained some confidence. Have you had any thoughts regarding...
Why would you say...
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, it would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding...
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exception. Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious.
I see. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalette.
You are very welcome.
That's been something. I really have to figure out why is my computer being so good and stuff.
Good news, everyone. It's done. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuville, we've had to fight every step of the way. A touching story. Now, let's work together.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's...
Wow, you two had a construct...
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come...
It's amazing. Even though Furina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she...
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanic!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't... If...
What should we do? It's almost time...
Hey, what's going on? Oh no, not again. But why?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they'd cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave...
I'm sorry.
You...
Miss Furina?
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think...
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. No one likes regrets. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by...
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated... What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo...
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain.
Well said. I leave Director Aurelio...
Is she here yet?
Must she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans ce courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My... wish...
human. You can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et s'inventer. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Furina on the stage just now? She hasn't been seen for a while now. And she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Oh, that's not her name. What's going on? I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on!
Oh, so it was Furina after all. She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down, don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then...
Oh, I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well that the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I want...
Let's go check on her as soon as we...
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Oh my goodness. That thing, all that just melted my heart. That really melted my heart. So beautiful. I am so glad I catch that on my video. I'll be happy, more than happy to put this YouTube video up. This is what I look at it, Jim. They make the story so beautiful. I gotta say, yeah, they make the stories in this game so beautiful, and the story quest was So cool and amazing, honestly. But the real storyline, not the story quests for characters or I mean like the main story quest. The main story quest for all of this is truly beautiful. I was looking for the brother in this game. It's honestly amazing. Everything in this game just melts my heart when I see this.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her...
How did the performance go? Was it a success?
You'll be glad to know it was not.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to...
No, don't worry about it. Like they told, even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you...
Well, I've had bad luck ever...
Blaming your bad luck...
Oh, don't you...
Why?
I don't know.
You mean we never stop arguing?
So, any plans for the next... After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through fun. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That...
No.
Yeah, it's what we all...
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but...
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll... What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until you rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say, maybe, Nervilette was... I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show... Yeah. But from now, I want to watch them blah. I'm sure that...
Sounds like you're ready to... The more you get out into the world, the more you'll...
If a vision is, then I should do my...
Okay, that's done. That story quest just really melted my heart. Okay, but to tell you, I did say I was going to show you Worsley. This is him, and I will be doing his story quests. But from now on, I guess I'll do one final wish to see if I can get her weapon. Man. Oh, now I know I'm at 45 pity. Ah, just one more wish and just one more wish and then I can do 2 wishes. Or 1 wish, actually. Well, let's go to a place that I think we'll be able to end it off. I want to go to a place that we'll be able to end it off. So, well, we're gonna go to a place where it all began. We're gonna go to Monsets. How'd you know it's gonna be a while? So go up there. Actually, we'll just go up here to end it off. Okay. We'll go this way. Ah, perfect. This is where we should. Give me a second. Hey, listen. A good video should end with a good ending. Just saying. There we go. It's daytime. Then the afternoon. Then sunrise or sundown. Okay, well, hang on, let me go up here. Ah, such a beautiful way to see this place. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will, like I said, I will be posting soon, and hope you guys have a great day, and hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!